Hi friends, today we are going to see the past year NEET questions for the chapter Animal Kingdom, and today in this video we will cover part 5. So let's begin with the question which was asked in 2004. In arthropoda, head and thorax are often fused to form a cephalothorax, but in which one of the following classes is the body divided into head, thorax and abdomen? So basically we need to discuss first what is arthropods. They are invertebrate animals having an exoskeleton, a segmented body and a pair of joint appendages. Arthropods form the phylum of Arthropoda, which includes insects, arachnids, myriapods, and you have many more in that. So this is the introduction about Arthropoda. Apart from that, what else they have asked here is, in Arthropoda, the head, thorax are often fused. Okay, they form together called as cephalothorax. Now, when the condition is where you have everything separate, what do you call that? It is actually insecta. Insecta shows distinct division of head, thorax and abdomen. While if you take the rest, crustae, arachnida, myriapoda, all if you see, they'll have fused. That is, it will be fused. Only in head, if you see, you have the organs head, thorax, abdomen to be separate, while the rest of all the three you have a fused system which is called as cephalothorax. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A, insecta. Okay, now moving on to the next question here. Which one of the following is a matching pair of an animal and certain phenomenon it exhibits? So again, this is an easy question for you. Here you have 4 options here, right? They are asking us the matching pair. Okay, so first one is Taenia, then you have chameleon and all that. The correct answer is option C, musca, which has complete metamorphosis. C, oblea exhibits polymorphism, roundworm, ascaris exhibits sexual dimorphism, while if you take the others they show camouflage. Now the correct matching goes for musca. So what is the other things that you can actually add on to this? What are the other definitions that you can add on to this? Say, Musca domestica you must have heard, right? The housefly, the common housefly. The housefly is the fly of the suborder Cyclorapha. It is believed to be evolved from the era, possibly from the Middle East, and has spread all over the world. And Musca domestica is the name of the scientific name of the housefly. So musca exhibits complete metamorphosis is the right matching here. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option C. Okay. Next question here. In which of the following notochord is present in the embryonic stage? So this question was asked in the year 2002. So what is notochord first? What is a contribution for an animal? Do we have notochord? See, it is a cartilaginous, okay, it's a cartilaginous skeletal rod. Maybe you can describe it like that. It's a cartilaginous skeletal rod supporting the body in all embryonic and some adult chordate animals. Therefore, it is present in all the chordatas. The correct answer is option A. Okay. What is notochord? It is a cartilaginous skeletal rod which is present in the embryonic stage of almost every chordatus. Okay. Therefore, the presence of notochord in any stage of the life cycle is a major chordate characteristic. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option A. So you have some of the examples which come under chordata. You have the squirrel, tortoise, the mouse, the monkey, fish, everything are chordatas. Okay, the correct answer is option A. Now moving on to the next question here. In which of the following animal post-canal anal tail is found? This is a very easy question for you to answer. Yes, by now you have guessed the answer. How does an anal tail look like first? It looks like a cone shaped. It will be like this. Yeah, you're right. The correct answer is cobra. I'll give you how it looks. So this is how it looks. You must have seen this, right? So the animal which has a post-anal tail, it is found in cobra, or you can say it in snakes. Okay, that cone-like structure. Okay, it is present in chordates at some stage of their life. Therefore, the correct answer is option D, cobra. Next question here. In which of the following hemocyanin pigment is found? What do you mean? It's a pigment. They have given you a clue now. What clue? hemocyanin, or you can call it as hemocyanin. Okay, hemocyanin. Okay, these hemocyanins are once again proteins. What are they? Proteins that transport oxygen from, what do? They transport oxygen throughout the bodies. Throughout the body. Okay, so this is the main function of this pigment. These metalloproteins contain two copper atoms that are reversibly bind a single oxygen molecule. They are second only to hemoglobin in the frequency of the use of any oxygen transport molecule. So even hemoglobin takes a second place. The first place goes to hemocyanin. Okay, now this pigment is found in dash. It is found in mollusca. Hemocyanin is a pigment which helps in carrying oxygen throughout the body. And annelids have, annelida, the others have a pigment called as erythrocrucin. The correct answer is option A, mollusca. Okay, the rest of them have another pigment which help in the transport of oxygen, but for mollusca it is hemocyanin. Okay, next question here. Cell tissue body organization is a characteristic of dash. Okay, this is again an easy question for you to answer. See, sponges show cell aggregate body organization. When it comes to a cell tissue organization, it appears in what? In which particular, the class? It is present in coelentrates. Okay, cell tissue organization appear in coelentrates, while platyhelminths show tissue organ organization. Out of the four, the correct answer is option B, Hydra. Okay, so which shows cell tissue body organization is Hydra. So you can see to your right side the Hydra, the budding in Hydra, where the offspring is produced from the same parent cell, where the parent cell will divide itself into two halves, where after reproduction the offspring will be pushed out. It will be pushed out from the mother cell, and the mother cell remains as such, and the offspring again develops into a new adult cell. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option B. Next question here. What is common among silverfish, scorpion, crab and honeybee? Okay, what is very common about this? So compound eyes, no. Poison gland, no, because silverfish doesn't have any poison gland. Metamorphosis, again, it's the whole the full generation process, right from the offspring till the adult. Again, there is some, certain organisms given here do not exhibit that. Silverfish is an insecta, right? While scorpion belongs to Archaeninda, crab belongs to Crustae, honeybee belongs to insecta. Now, there is a common thing among all this. All the four that are mentioned here all belong to arthropoda. Okay, we first need to identify that. Arthropoda is characterized by the presence of joint appendages. I've already explained in the earlier question the characteristics of arthropods, where I explained that joint appendages is a very unique characteristic of arthropoda. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option C, jointed legs. Poison gland occur only in scorpion, while the rest do not have. Compound eyes and metamorphosis are characteristics of insects, but not scorpion and crab. Therefore, the correct answer is option C, jointed legs. Okay, next question here. Besides Annelida and Arthropoda, the metamerism is exhibited by dash. Now, first of all, what is metamerism? We already saw in the earlier chapters, but it's not, it's good that you repeat again. In biology, metamerism is a phenomenon of having linear series of body segments. So what do you call it as? Linear series of body segments, right? Fundamentally similar in structure, though not all such structures are entirely alike in any single life form, because some of them perform special functions. In animals, if you see, these metameric segments are referred to as somites. How do you refer it as? Somites or metameres. Okay. Now, besides Annelida and Arthropoda, there is one kingdom which exhibits this metamerism. It is none other than chordata. Metamerism is an important characteristic of Annelida and Arthropoda. The body is divided externally into two segments called metamers. Metamerism is also exhibited by chordata due to the repetition of succession of homologous structures along the anterior-posterior axis. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is chordata. See, this metamerism is strictly seen in Annelida and Arthropoda, but apart from that, due to this anterior-posterior axis, sometimes it is also exhibited in chordata. Okay, next question here. Point out the non-parasite. Okay, this is again easy for you. Tapeworm, leech, mosquito. All these are parasites because they act as vectors or they directly transmit diseases, something or the other. What is this sea anemone actually? Sea anemone is a marine animal that is attached to the empty shell of gastropods occupied by hermit crab. They live as symbionts and they never act as parasites. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option D, sea anemone. So whatever I explained here is to your right side, while the rest, if you see tapeworm, mosquito and leech, are all parasites. The correct answer is option D. Easy question, right? Okay, next question here. Tube feet occur in dash. This is again an easy question for you to answer. So what is this tube feet? What is the use of it? Of course, it contributes to locomotion, right? Now you will understand what the answer is. Cockroach doesn't have tube feet. Catfish doesn't have tube feet. Cuttlefish also doesn't have tube feet. The correct answer is starfish. So you can see the tube feet there, right? It is in the form of tube. The correct answer is option B. Next question here. All chordates possess dash. This is also a very easy question for you to answer. We already discussed what is chordata, right? Any more explanation that you require for this? See, chordata is an animal of the phylum Chordata. During some period of their life cycle, chordatas also possess notochord, a dorsal nerval cord, a pharyngeal slit, an endostyle and a post-anal tail. These five anatomical features define this phylum. So what are the five things that I need to mention here? They have a notochord. What is the next one? A pharyngeal slit. Okay, pharyngeal slit, endostyle, post-anal tail, and also a dorsal nerve cord. So these are the five things. These five are five anatomical features which are specific for a chordata. Therefore, the correct answer is option D, axial skeletal rod of notochord. So to your right side also I have explained about that. They haven't mentioned the other two. The other two is endostyle and the post-anal tail, which is missed out there. The correct answer is option D. Next question here. A common characteristic of all vertebrates is dash. Easy question for you to answer. Division of the body into head, neck, trunk and tail. Of course, presence of two pairs of functional appendages. See, they are talking about a common characteristic. That is, every vertebrate should have. Right? The correct answer is presence of skull. Vertebrates are also known as cranita due to the presence of their skull in all its members. The correct answer is presence of skull. Now, if you take the division of body, neck, trunk, tail and all, few have, few do not have. Now they are asking in the majority where everyone will have something which is commonly seen in all vertebrates. Therefore, the correct answer is option A. Okay, next question here. Which one assists in locomotion? Locomotion is what? Movement. Right? Fine. You have trichocyst, then you have posterior structure in Hirudina. What do you think will be the correct answer? See, this is actually a leech. What is this? Hirudinaria is a leech. Okay, it does not possess a special organ for locomotion. In its posterior sucker, okay, the posterior sucker that is present in this leech will actually help in the locomotion, it seems. Therefore, the correct answer to this question is option D. Okay, apart from that, if you want to know what is this posterior sucker about, See, certain organisms have different different organs which support in the locomotion. For example, if you take amoeba, you have the false pseudopodia which helps in that. So in sucker, when we talk about a sucker, in zoology you refer it as a specialized attachment of an organ to an animal. The sucker will be predominantly present in the posterior end of an ventral side, and it will also be lined up with synaptical epidermis. So the main function of this sucker, if you see, it will be mostly attachment. But here in this leech, if you see, it also helps in locomotion. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. Next question here. Adult lux and anopheles can be distinguished with the help of dash. Oh, this is a very easy question for you to answer. See, anophele is what? Mosquito. The female mosquito that helps in a major contribution towards transmission of malaria and other deadly diseases, where it acts as a vector. The body of the adult lies more or less parallel to the surface of the calyx, where in anophele the body lies at angle of 45 degree. So how do they identify? If you see the sitting posture, okay, you can call it as sitting posture or the position, because anophele it will be 45 degree it seems, and for calyx it will be somewhat parallel to the surface it seems. So that sitting posture actually gives you a differentiation between these two types of mosquitoes. The correct answer is option B. Okay, next question here. Eye of the molluscan group that resembles the vertebrata eye. Okay, I think we already discussed about this. We have bivalve, gastropoda, cephalopoda. The correct answer is cephalopoda. The class cephalopoda of the phylum Mollusca has a well-developed eyes and resembles the vertebrate eyes. So here I can give you some examples like octopus. Then some more examples also you have. So the mollusca, they have given you a keyword of mollusca here. So it belongs to cephalopoda. That is, the molluscan group will develop, they will exhibit the vertebrate, or they resemble the vertebrate eyes. So the correct answer is cephalopoda. So you have sepia here as another example here. Octopus, apart from octopus, you also have sepia here. Okay, option D is the right answer. So you can see how the eyes is. So here the eyes is, right? It resembles the vertebrata eyes. How strong it is. Okay. So with this we complete the part 5 of Animal Kingdom. Hope to meet you in the next part of the same chapter. Thank you.